Today we're making this delicious Romano crusted chicken. This is a Cheesecake Factory Copycat Recipe. It is absolutely so yummy, served with some pasta. You're gonna absolutely love this one, and it's only 30 minutes to make. Hi, I'm Tara with Simply Made Eats, and welcome to my kitchen. Today, I can't wait to share this easy 30-minute recipe with you. This is a Romano crusted chicken. It's a Cheesecake Factory Copycat Recipe, and I put my own spin on it. This is gonna get really nice and crispy, which is my youngest daughter's favorite. She's always asking for crispy chicken, so she's gonna be thrilled that she gets to eat it today. We are gonna get started by pounding our chicken really thin into cutlets. Okay, so we're gonna get started by just taking one chicken breast, and then we're gonna slice it into 2 chicken breasts. So you just wanna work your knife nice and easy. It's easier actually when you have a sharp knife. And just work it right through the center. So we create 2 skinnier chicken breasts. And we're gonna do this for both of our chicken breasts. Just like that. And then just spread them out apart, because we're gonna hit them with the mallet to really thin them out. Okay, so when I'm getting ready to pound my chicken out, I really like to use plastic wrap over the top. This just really helps it with not like, you know, spreading chicken juice all over the kitchen, which is so gross. And I like to use like plenty enough to where I can kind of wrap it underneath my cutting board. You can also use a gallon-sized Ziploc. I just find this is the easiest way. I like to really wrap that plastic wrap right around the cutting board. That way there's no splashing juices anywhere. And then you want to pound these with a mallet. You can also use like the bottom of a pan and just make sure that it's like an even thickness so they cook nice and even. Next, you just want to pat them nice and dry, and then we're just going to season them with a little bit of salt and pepper. Next, we've got the best part, which is the cheese. We are using a combination of Parmesan with Pecorino Romano. Just something to remember, you definitely want to grate these yourself. You don't want to get a bag cheese. Those have like an anti-caking agent, and it just doesn't melt as well. It's not going to give you as good of a result. For our Romano cheese, if you haven't had it before, it's a little bit like Parmesan, but it's a bit saltier. It's absolutely delicious, and then the Parmesan is just gonna bring in that little bit of nuttiness, which is so yummy. Okay, so I apologize in advance. This is not one of the recipes that uses one bowl. We're gonna use 3 different bowls here. We just needed it. It's just how the process goes. So forgive me, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine. Okay, so for our first bowl, we've got some flour. This is just all-purpose flour. And like always, all of the recipes are linked in my description. We've also got some salt and pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, about a teaspoon, and we have some oregano. You can use a spoon to mix this, or just mix it up with your hand. That's totally fine. Just maybe don't spill it all out of the side like I just did twice. Had too much coffee this morning, I think. For the next bowl, it's really easy. We just have 2 eggs that we're gonna crack. And you can use a smaller bowl for this one. You don't need a giant bowl. Then we're just gonna use a fork to just whisk them up. These eggs came from my chickens in the backyard, which have been driving me crazy. We're starting to get like a lot of flies from them, and I've been trying to like clean their coop as much as possible, but it is just like, I feel like it's a little bit of a struggle. My girls loved them when they were chicks. Now they're kind of over them, and I'm just stuck taking care of them every single day. I like eggs, but I use them more for cooking than like actually eating. So I'm like debating on whether I'm gonna keep the chickens or not. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. Our final bowl is really easy. We've just got some panko, which is gonna help us get that really crusty exterior. And then we've got the cheese that we just shredded. And just mix it together. And you don't really need to add salt to this mixture because the cheese is so salty itself, especially the Pecorino Romano. You can add a little bit of pepper if you want that. That would be delicious. Okay, so we're gonna take a chicken cutlet and we're just gonna dredge it in our flour mixture. And you wanna use your hands here just to make sure that it gets really nice and dredged. And then you're gonna transfer it into the egg mixture. Same thing there. And then this is gonna go straight into that panko and cheese mixture. And make sure you coat both sides. And that one is ready to go. And then just repeat it with the rest of them. Sometimes you have to wash your hands a little bit because they get a little bit caked up with the mixture too. Egg. And you can see how easy this is. I know it's a little bit of dishes, but I promise it's worth it. This is a really, really tasty recipe. And it goes really good with spaghetti and pasta. Spaghetti and pasta, what am I talking about? It goes really good with spaghetti and sauce. That's how they serve it at the Cheesecake Factory. So definitely check out my marinara sauce and also check out my pink sauce, which is also yummy. You can choose between either of those. Okay, so we're gonna turn our heat on medium. I just wanted to mention really quick, I like to use a stainless steel skillet for this recipe. It just like really cooks everything nice and evenly and makes it extra crispy. So if you have one of these, consider using that. Next, you're gonna add 1/3 cup of vegetable oil into the pan and let it get really nice and hot. I like to add a little piece of batter into the pan and listen for a really loud sizzle before I'm ready to add my chicken. Then you're gonna cook the chicken for 3 to 4 minutes on each side until the internal temperature is 165 degrees. Then transfer it to a plate and cook your next batch. When you do your next batch, you may need to add a little bit more vegetable oil to the pan before cooking it. Once you're done with the batches, I like to just go ahead and cover mine with foil, just tent it like that. You can also stick it in the oven, like if you wanna just like put it at like 200 degrees just to keep them hot in between the batches. And then I just like to serve mine with a couple lemons, just cut into wedges. I'm also gonna mince up just a little bit of fresh parsley. I just think it looks really pretty on there. You could even do like fresh basil. Whatever you like. Okay, these smell so incredible. We are just gonna add in some lemon wedges. I only had 1 lemon because I made like that lemonade yesterday, basil lemonade. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you do because it's so good. But I used like 10 lemons. And then I'm just gonna top it with a little bit of pecorino cheese when I serve it. If you're serving with spaghetti, you know, just add more of this to the spaghetti. It's so good. And then we've got just that parsley. Oh my gosh, this looks so yummy. I can't wait to eat it. That's it, we're all done with this crusted chicken Romano. I hope you guys decide to make it. Let me know in the comments if you think it's as good or better than Cheesecake Factory. And make sure to subscribe so we can keep cooking together. I share new recipes every single week and I would love to share them with you. Thanks so much for being here and I'll see you next time. Bye.